What's up, folks? Quace Fulton here, and I'm going to talk about Xyngular. Here's my honest review, and does it really work? Now, you guys don't know me, but I have been taking this. Xyngular used to be called Symmetry, so I've been taking it about that long. Now, here's how it kind of happened for me. It wasn't. Um, it was in the '90s. That's how long this company's been around. They just changed names. It was in the '90s, and back in the day, I used to play a lot of hoop. Probably don't look like it now, but I used to play a lot of hoop, and I was broke as hell, you know. And I would eat Whoppers because Whoppers were about a dollar. Um, it was Whoppers were a dollar at Burger King, and if I had enough, I'd get some fries. But I'd eat Whoppers, probably drink some soda. It wasn't really a healthy diet. So one day I took off my shoe and there was a sore on my foot. And I thought it was a wart, so I got wart cream. I was living there with my folks at the time. I got wart cream, sprayed it on there, nothing happened. I remember my pops telling me that I'm probably gonna have to get my foot cut off because I got gangrene. He was, no shit. But but and I had been struggling with it for months. Now I had been dabbling with the idea of eating better, but hey, I was young and silly and thought I was, you know, super black man. And so I went to this podiatrist because it got to the point where I could barely put on my shoe because it hurt so much and it impeded me playing basketball. So I went to this podiatrist and they looked at it and said, "Hey, we can laser it off, but it'll probably cost you it'll cost you about $500." And back then, $500 still a lot, but $500 back then was like 500. And it's possible it could come back because it's a fungus. So I remember like thinking in my head, something inside said, "Nah, this is." I was sitting in the office and something was saying, "Nah, man, this is not the answer." And I had went to a seminar of this. He was a chiropractor, naturopath doctor named Howard Cohn, and he would talk about nutrition all the time and how nutritional supplements can help you. So I said, I'm gonna go to to this guy, and I went to go see him. He cost a grip too. He was about $120 for 10 minutes. He did some muscle testing on me, and he uh, said, "Hey man, what do you eat daily?" I said, "Whoppers." He said, "Whoppers, that's it." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Dude, you don't have enough nutrition in your diet to heal." So he recommended me to take two products. Uh, this is called Action now, but it used to be called Ultra Vitality. That's a multivitamin. Was always called Genesis. It's an antioxidant. And he said, whatever you do, even if you get these two products because you need more nutrition. So I was like, hey, nutritional products work? He said, the reason why they're called nutritional products is for people like you. You don't eat good. You need to fill in the gaps in your nutrition. So, hey, I followed his advice, and within a couple days, my sore went away. The pain went away in a few hours. Then the sore on my foot went away. And I remember telling my pops, who was Mr. Doctor, Mr. Gangrene, and he was like shocked. And my mom was shocked, and I was shocked. So to this day, that was probably 25 years ago. I still take these products because I know in my mind they change companies and things like that. But I know in my mind, I was like, okay, well, I don't care what anybody says. Nutritional, at least from this company, nutritional supplements work. And there's been many times where I remember a few times I ran out of Genesis because I'm big on taking, I take 4 bottles a month, and I drink it liberally. And one time, I got a little cocky. I said, I'm doing all right. Got to hanging out a little bit, drinking a little bit, and not eating well. And maybe it took like 4 or 5 weeks till I got sick, and I was pissed. I remember thinking, "Damn it!" And it took a while. I ordered a product from them, and it got there. And as soon as I got it, I drank a lot of the Genesis again, and took the Ultra Vitality. I mean, I'm sorry, it's called action now. And again, within days, I started feeling better. Now, anytime I get a snippet of a cough, I just double dose, especially on this. And that was just my experience. Now, as far as a network marketing company, they've always paid me. There's never been a problem when you do the work. You, I thought it was cool that you didn't have to create a product. You with this product, these two products together, and one more. I have it. I take a. Actually, I'm out. I take a protein powder. That's about what I buy. Sometimes I buy other stuff. They got a good product that's good for your heart and blood pressure. I use that too. But that's personal usage product, and that's enough to run a business. Now, where just to give you the pros and cons of, because if you're looking at this, you're looking at, okay, does the product work? It's network marketing. Heard a lot of scams with network marketing, and you probably see them on YouTube. And to me, either the people that are saying it's a scam have just didn't have the skill to do it, uh, maybe had a bad experience, but every time I've sold a product, I've gotten paid within 72 hours. Now, here's I'm gonna give you the pros and cons of just network marketing in general, and Xyngular, since that's the company I'm with. The Let me give you the cons first. If you don't have any training, you're gonna fail. If you don't want to talk to people, if you're not out there, and when I say talk to people, the thing that you need most in network marketing is you need people to talk to. Now, if you're an introvert or you like being at the house like me, I really like being at the house. I don't want to go out and meet extra people because I think that's fake. And I remember when I first started doing this business, my upline, that's how they did it. It was actually this doctor, but he had a business where people came in and took his advice. So he would, to sell 10, 12 different products a day, uh, show them about the business. He had a venue to do that. Me, I was just a dude playing basketball, and I didn't have that venue. And when you don't have a venue or you don't have a mass following of people, it'd be difficult to do a network marketing business if you don't have prospects coming in, and if you don't want to talk to your friends and family, which I think if you're starting out, that's a mistake talking to your friends and family, especially if you don't have the skill to do it. I wouldn't do that. Just like any business, you have to train to understand how to do it. Now, here, how to do it. Also, I didn't like a lot of the hype in, well, this was the mindset back then. You go to a seminar and they hype you up and you go out there and they do give you training skills. But once you leave the seminar, you're out there on your own and you need skills to follow on. You do get residual income. They do pay you. You got to realize when you're doing network marketing, let's say you want to make $5,000 a month residually, which is modest, right? After you pay your taxes, you got to put away for your taxes and have it pay for your business, meaning that money, let's say that's $5,000 clean. Um, if you, after you pay your monthly fee is really buying products for yourself, and every year you pay a $50 fee, right? Uh, just to do business with them. And after that, you need about 250 customers. Now, people will slam you. There's probably videos on YouTube that are saying, "Oh, it's a scam because you got only the top people make the money," and really, it's because the top people know what they're doing. Just like anything, there's a lot of people that want to play in the NBA. There's only like 400 dudes doing it because they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? So just put that in mind. Now, the pros, at least, which is massive, is the residual income. This is the only type of business that you can have. I'm talking about network marketing in general. There's the only type of business you can have that gives you residual income, um, for a cheap price. Meaning, if you want to buy a house, like I'm living in this house, the person that owns the house makes a passive income on us because we're here. And, if you got a good tenant like we are, you can make 10, 20 years of good income, but you still got to pay the property tax. You got to fix the house when it breaks down. And if you got the aptitude to do that, great. With network marketing, um, if you have the right system in place, you can uh, do it. I'm not going to say effortlessly, but you can have a system in place to where it does your training for you. It teaches your team what to do. You may have weekly meetings, but you're not always involved with personally teaching people if you have the right system. So, getting to that, I have tried to grow the Xyngular business as long as I've been taking the product, and I have failed miserably. And it's nobody's fault but my own at the time, because I just kept doing it the old school way. Let me go to not a gas station. Let me go to the mall and try to meet somebody. If somebody's working at the counter, I try to get in a conversation with them. If I'm going to events, trying to talk to people about joining my team, just like everybody else who was in there trying to do network marketing. They told you go to networking events, join a run group or a basketball group. And you know what? I just felt like I didn't want to do all that. I just wanted to talk to people who were interested, and I just want to call them on the phone. So that's when I learned about leads, buying leads, buying. Well, we'll start out with leads. So I remember I decided I wanted to get good in this business, so I started training with this guy named Tim Sales. Never met him, but just got his books. And it kind of blew my mind that, oh, there's people out there that you can buy leads from, that now you have people to talk to. So I bought leads and I called people, and guess what? I still didn't do it right because I didn't have any training on how to talk to people, finding out why they're even looking. And matter of fact, my biggest mistake was I was just trying to find anybody, right? Just think about it like this: you're trying to join. You're. I have a basketball team. I want the better players, right? I don't want to be dragging a person along that doesn't know how to make layups and things like that. So I learned how to be a little bit more selective with my team. So I asked the right questions like, hey, have you ever done your own business before? Not that that's a disqualifier, but I want to know where your mindset at. If you have to learn it from ground zero, no, I've never done it. Or if you have you done network marketing before? And if you have done network marketing, do you have a negative mindset about it? Because people want to make money online. That's just no question. They do. I mean, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people want to make money online. A lot of people want to do it for free, meaning like, I just want to make money. I don't want to invest anything in it. That's the wrong attitude. And I remember bumping into people like that, trying to get them to do this business. But that was a mistake on my part. So once I understood how to talk to people, and I'm invested in um, leads that I can talk to people, then it was my time that I'd be working, and then I had to come home and call people. And I was thinking, man, I want something that can kind of take care of that for me. Good thing for technology. So something called a CRM is customer management. No, CRM, customer relationship manager. They have that now. So I invested in a system that if somebody came to, oh, and then you have funnels and landing pages. So I had to learn about that. So now you have this funnel example, like if you click the link down below, if you're interested in hearing what I'm saying, and you say, okay, I'm gonna click the link down below, and that'll be my funnel. You put your name in it. Now the funnel does the work for me. It texts you. It says, hey, if you want to watch this video, if you want to book an appointment, go ahead and book an appointment. So by the time I get to you, you would have gotten to know me, and I have you fill out an application, and it's sweet, right? So now we kind of know each other, even though we didn't meet. And this is the system I'm using, right? And that's what I had to learn how to do, and which is so much better because, oh, I can't even show you because I'm using my phone. Uh, it's so much better because now you there's people who have opted into your landing page, and I didn't tell them anything about Xyngular. It's just, hey, you want to make money online, and Xyngular is the back end product that you can do that with. But most people want to learn, so now this system I have teaches you how to do it, which is cool because that's where most people fail. They don't have anything that's automated that can be working while they're working on their main gig. And that's where I think most people fail in network marketing. So if it's getting loud now, you got the gardener and my dog's gonna start barking, so I'm gonna head off here in a second. But that's what I think you need. And if you've been on the internet long enough, you bought stuff on the internet, you notice that if you somebody advertises, and hey, look, um, comparatively to a brick and mortar business, network marketing is way cheaper. Meaning to run my brick and mortar business, it takes $345,000 a year to run that. That's with employees, taxes, the place to rent. I mean, that's what it costs. My network marketing business, it takes per month, and I'm being modest, about $600 a month, and that's because I'm doing it part time. You can scale it up; it can cost more than that for sure, but the base is like $400. You got your products that I buy, and then I got the system that I use uh, to um, to where my funnels and my emails and where my contacts where they live, and then you have advertisement, and you can spend what you want on advertisement. If you're starting out small, maybe you spend $200 a month, maybe you spend $100 a month, but don't be shy with the advertisement. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes in the beginning, but hey, that's business, okay? You also got to be willing to put out that money out there. And sorry of my dog. You got to put that money out there so you have people to talk to. So I probably talk to average three or four. So average, I talk to about 3 or 4 people a day, which is good because I still got a heavy schedule with my main brick and mortar business. And in the meantime, I have a system that trains people on how to do the business. I had set it up before, and I call it the Dad Growth System. So if you want to know how to do that, or use a system that's already set up for you, that way you can grow your network marketing business legitimately in an hour, hour and a half a day, still living your life, then go ahead and click the link down below. But that's my review of Xyngular with network marketing. And what you guys got to realize, what's cool, is once you find a product that works, of course, there's going to be people out there. They're going to have, there's going to be new products out there. There's going to be new nutritional products out there, of course. But just like you might stick to Nike or might only wear a certain brand of clothes because it's comfortable for you, go ahead and click the link down below. Uh, Try out the system. If you give the product if you want to talk, well, give the product a try to see if it works for you. And that's where the residual income comes from. Products that you actually like taking monthly because it helps you. Okay, so that's my review. Leave a comment, or if I sent this to you on an email, go ahead and reply if you're interested in doing what I'm doing and show you step by step. No problem. I'll see you in the next video.